Hey boys and girls! Happy Easter!
As you know, due to COVID-19, we can't be together this Easter. But we have a super fun baking activity that you can do with your family.
We are going to be making some Easter cake pops and Easter cake bites. So here are the ingredients and items you will need.
For the baking part of this activity, you'll need a large mixing bowl, measuring cups and spoons, a whisk or stand mixer, 1 box of cake mix, 3 eggs, half a cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of water or milk, 1 12-ounce container of whipped frosting, non-stick cooking spray or butter, and a 13 by 9 inch pan or a 8-inch round baking pan. For the decorating part of this activity, you'll need a cookie tray, a foam block if you have one, or you can use another cookie tray, a large bowl, a small glass bowl, parchment paper, a spatula, a tablespoon, scissors or a knife, 8 to 16 lollipop sticks, 1 pound of white chocolate melt, red airheads or red food coloring, and grab a few extra colors for decorating.
So grab all of your crafting supplies
And your craft hat, and let's get... Wait, we're not crafting today.
You're right, we're baking. So grab all of your baking supplies
And your baking ingredients, and let's get to baking. So pause this video and grab an adult to do this activity with.
We're gonna start off with baking the cake, and here's how we did it. First, ask an adult to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, generously grease the baking pan with non-stick cooking spray or brush with melted butter. Next, in a large mixing bowl, add dry cake mix followed by all the wet ingredients. Does that mean the water or milk, oil, and eggs? That's correct! Next, we're gonna mix until the cake batter turns out nice and smooth. Ooh, so smooth. Once fully mixed, pour into the greased baking pan. Ask an adult to place the baking pan into the oven and set a timer for 28 to 33 minutes. To check when it's done, have an adult stick a toothpick into the center of the cake. If it comes out dry, then it's ready. If it comes out with some cake mix on it, ask an adult to place it back into the oven for a few minutes and then continue to check so it doesn't overcook. When it's done baking, ask an adult to remove from the baking pan and place it onto a cooling rack or tray, set aside to cool for at least 1 hour.
1 hour later.
Let's get started. Oh, he fit like a glove. So now that your cake is ready, let's start assembling. First, we're gonna grab our large bowl. Then, grab our cake. Da-da-da! Now take your cake and crumble it into the bowl.
Once you're finished crumbling, it should look like this. So next, you're gonna grab your whipped frosting and empty the entire container into the crumbled cake. Now we're gonna mix it all together.
Guys!
Once you're done mixing, it should look like this. This should make about 16 cake pops. So we're gonna make 8 cake pops and 8 cake bites.
So before we make the cake pops, we're gonna grab our tray and line it with some parchment paper. Now to make the cake pops, we're gonna take 2 tablespoons worth of cake mix and put it into our hands. Should be about this big. Then we're gonna roll it into a ball. And once you have a ball, we're gonna place it onto our tray. Now we're going to repeat this step 7 more times.
Once you're done rolling your cake pops, they should look like this. So next, for the cake bites, we're going to take 2 tablespoons, just like the cake pops, like this. But instead of balls, we're going to shape them into an egg shape. When you're done, it should look like this. And then place it into your tray and repeat for 7 more times.
Now that your cake pops and cake bites are all finished, they should look something like this. Now we're going to take them and pop them into the freezer for at least 15 minutes.
Next, in a small glass bowl, microwave your white chocolate melt for about 1 minute.
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't.
After heating for 1 minute, ask an adult to take it out of the microwave and take a tablespoon and stir it up. Once fully stirred, ask an adult to place it back into the microwave for 20-second intervals. So this means that you're going to put it in the microwave for 20 seconds, take it out, stir it again, put it back in for 20 seconds if you need to. You'll do this until it's fully melted. Now we're going to make some bunny ears. First, you're going to rip a piece of parchment paper and place it over a tray or a paper plate. Next, you're going to grab a spoon and you'll dip it into the white chocolate like this. Just get a little bit onto your spoon. And then you're just going to make an ear shape on the parchment paper with the chocolate. You don't need too much.
Now to make the inside of the ears, we're going to take our airheads, and I went ahead and cut them up really small, and we're going to want to shape it and mold it to fit on the inside of the white ears that cat has. So you want to warm it between your hands, or you can dip it into some hot water to have an adult help you out with that. So as you're warming it up, just keep shaping it and shaping it so it can look like a long oval. And there you have it.
So the red pieces that Chelsea molded for the inside of the ear, we're going to take it and place it onto the white piece of the ear while it's still wet. And then we're going to put it into the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes. If your ears have hardened by the time you get around to molding the ears, that's okay. Just take a small little dip of the chocolate, put it onto the ear, and then place the red piece on top of it so that it'll stick.
Now let's start dipping and decorating our cake pops and cake bites. So for the cake pops, you're going to want to grab one of your sticks. We're going to dip it into the white chocolate and be generous. Then we're going to grab one of our cake pops and stick it into the cake pop. Then we're going to take it and dip the whole thing, cover the whole thing in our chocolate. And once covered, we're just going to swirl and tap off the excess. And if you have a styrofoam board, just go ahead and take the cake pop and stick it in. And repeat for the rest.
While Chelsea continues with the dipping of the cake pop, I will show you how to do the cake bites. It's pretty similar, but for this one, we're just going to use one stick. We're going to use the same one for every single cake bite, or you can use a fork. So you're going to do the same thing, take it and dip it into the chocolate. Then you're going to take one of your egg bites and just stick it inside. Try to get it pretty far in, and then dip it into the chocolate. Once it's fully covered, just let the excess strip off. And then take it and gently push it off of your stick or your fork onto the tray. Now that it's on your tray, if you have some leftover earheads, you can go ahead like we did and roll them into strips and little balls, and you can use these to decorate the egg.
So once you've finished covering all of your cake pops with the chocolate, go ahead and pop it right back into the freezer for 15 minutes or until it's completely hardened.
Once you remove your cake pops and cake bites from the freezer, we are gonna add our ears onto the cake pop. So the way you're gonna do this is you're going to gently take it off of the parchment paper. You're gonna dip the bottom of it into chocolate just a little bit. And then you're just gonna stick it onto the cake pop and hold it there until it's parted, which should just be a few seconds. And there you go. So repeat this for all of your cake pops until you have all your ears on, and then we'll be right back.
All right, boys and girls, there you have it. We just made some Easter Bunny cake pops and some Easter egg cake bites.
Don't forget to take lots of pictures and videos and send it to our Instagram and our Facebook. We hope you had a great time making these fun Easter treats with your family, because we sure did. We'll see you next time. Bye!
Should we try them?
Yes, we shall.
All right. Cheers. Bye, boys and girls.